Welcome back to our channel where we share updates and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales and her royal family. Today we bring you some significant news. Camilla Fury as Princess Charlotte received historic royal title by King Charles. After Princess Charlotte was given royal title over Camilla's granddaughter by King Charles, Camilla reportedly found herself in a state of complete and utter disarray, as stated by an insider source. This causes conflict among the royal family, particularly with regard to Camilla's emotional response to King Charles. In a decision that has shook the foundations of the British monarchy, Princess Charlotte of Wales, who is just 10 years old, has been officially bestowed the courtesy title of Duchess of Edinburgh. This is a distinction that is steeped in royal history and has been long expected for another member of the family. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the news was made public with the usual palace precision. An emotional private retaliation from Queen Camilla has been reportedly prompted by London time on a crisp fall morning, which has sparked extensive controversy and according to various royal sources involved in the matter. The Queen Consort is said to be ballistic, according to sources close to the palace. Her response is a result of what she considers to be an intentional exclusion of her own grandchildren from the royal fold. This new development not only sheds insight on the shifting dynamics that are taking place inside the House of Windsor, but it also exposes the difficulties that exist between tradition, modernity, and personal legacy in one of the most scrutinized organizations in the world. The decision to confer the title to Princess Charlotte, who is the second child of Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, represents a considerable change from the expectations that were previously held. For a considerable amount of time, it was commonly believed that Prince Edward, the youngest son of Queen Elizabeth II, and Prince Philip would inherit the Dukedom of Edinburgh, which had been held by Prince Philip formerly until he passed away. Edward, who had been given the title of Duke of Edinburgh in his own right from the year 2023, had been given the title as a sign of maintaining the continuation of the family. On the other hand, the palace made the courageous decision to reroute it to Charlotte, therefore establishing her as a significant role in the future of the kingdom. Royal experts believe that this is a premeditated attempt by King Charles III and his aides to highlight a more inclusive and forward-thinking royal narrative, one that values the direct line of succession and popular appeal. This is the interpretation that has been given by royal experts. Deep-seated divides have been brought to light as a result of the announcement, which was made with a veneer of ceremonial grandeur. According to reports, Queen Camilla, who is 77 years old and has spent decades negotiating the nuances of royal life, saw the choice as a personal assault. Her granddaughter Eliza Lopes, who is 15 years old, has taken part in royal events on occasion, including serving as a flower girl at the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton in 2011. It is clear that the Queen Consort has had feelings of marginalization as a result of the fact that Lopes and Camilla's other grandchildren do not own titles, despite the fact that they have had brief moments of prominence for themselves. "It's a clear line drawn in the sand," said a source from the palace who wished to remain nameless to this reporter. Camilla has worked hard throughout her life to ensure that her family has a place in the world, but this seems to be a rejection of all she has worked for. Within the royal gates, insiders describe a picture of upheaval that was occurring at the same time that social media platforms were buzzing with enthusiasm and hashtags such as Charlotte. The Duchess were trending internationally. In an institution that is sometimes seen to be impregnable, the response of the Queen Consort, which was reported by aides as being unusually emotional, highlights the human aspect behind the institution. The purpose of this article is to dive into the complexities of the announcement, the historical backdrop, and the larger consequences for the royal family. It does so by relying on the unique views of royal commentators, historians, and sources inside Buckingham Palace. Introducing the announcement, a revolutionary change in the royal tradition. The official statement that was issued by Buckingham Palace was brief, as is customary for matters of this nature. Her Majesty the Queen and His Majesty the King have been pleased to confer upon Princess Charlotte of Wales the title of Duchess of Edinburgh. The statement was issued through the official channels of the palace and it arrived with the regal formality that characterizes communications from the Windsor family. It was printed on letterhead with the royal crest, and it was distributed to media outlets all over the world. In the eyes of the common spectator, it would have seemed to be nothing more than a normal update, comparable to the many patronage handovers or ceremonial appointments that are prevalent in royal life. On the other hand, for those who are sensitive to the nuances of court politics, it was a significant way to readjust their perspective. With her birth in 2015, Princess Charlotte has become the youngest person to ever possess a dukedom in the history of the contemporary royal family. At the tender age of 10, she becomes a member of a lineage that includes notable individuals such as Queen Elizabeth II's mother, who held the title of Duchess of York prior to her ascension to the throne. The title, which was established in 1726 for Prince Frederick, has been often linked with duty service and continuity. Prince Philip, who held the title for more than 7 decades, is the most notable example of this association. Prince Edward, who was given a variant of the title in 2023 as part of King Charles's attempts to commemorate his late parents, is exempt from the transfer of the title since it is being given to Charlotte. For the last 60 years, Edward has been a devoted supporter of the monarchy, and he has participated in a great number of engagements on behalf of the crown. The choice to disregard him in favor of Charlotte has left a number of onlookers perplexed. In an exclusive interview, royal historian Dr. Amanda Foreman, who is also the author of The Duchess, provided an explanation of the reasoning for the development. This is a masterstroke of modernization. The palace is sending a message that the monarchy is adjusting to the ideals of the modern day by bestowing this title to Charlotte Prince Edward. She is a figure who represents both tradition and development, and she is a young person who is approachable. She is a symbol of the new period. The assertion made by Prince Edward was founded on historical precedents. Yet in the modern world, public perception is something that is more important. In addition to being the granddaughter of Princess Diana and the daughter of the well-known Princess of Wales, Charlotte has a significant amount of soft power that she brings to the institution. An additional element is added by the timing of the revelation, which comes at a time when there is a rising debate on climate change and environmental challenges, which are subjects that King Charles has advocated for decades. The decision is said to be in accordance with the king's idea of a slimmed-down monarchy, which is a kind of monarchy that concentrates resources on the most prominent persons in the line of succession, according to those who are within the government. According to the Succession to the Crown Act of 2013, which assures gender equality in the royal hierarchy, Charlotte, who is now 4th in line to the throne, is qualified to receive the advantages of this legislation. She was able to maintain her position and become an excellent prospect for advancement as a result of this act, which kept her from being supplanted by her younger brother, Prince Louis. Positive responses from the general public were overwhelming. A flood of appreciation erupted across social media channels, with many praising Charlotte's elegance and the monarchy's forward-thinking gesture. At long last, a title that really portrays the future. One fan wrote, "Princess Charlotte is the spark the royals need," while another posted on social media, "Princess Charlotte is the spark the royals need." News agencies ranging from CNN to the Daily Mail tried their best to add context, with experts discussing the consequences of the choice. According to the results of a quick survey conducted by YouGov, 68% of respondents were in favor of the title, noting Charlotte's charisma and the popularity of the family. There were, however, some voices that were not joyous. Critics, including some organizations affiliated with the Republican Party, said that the action would continue to uphold an antiquated system. According to Graham Smith, the chief executive officer of Republic, a group that is opposed to monarchy, this is just more pomp and circumstance. The royal family is trying to play musical chairs with titles while the rest of the world is struggling with serious problems, such as inequality. It's insensitive to culture and irrelevant. The outburst of Queen Camilla, a private storm in the palace halls with the Queen. The attitude of Queen Camilla was much different from that of the rest of the world who were celebrating. The response of the Queen Consort was said to be instantaneous and intense, as stated by a number of palace insiders who spoke on the condition of anonymity, owing to the delicate nature of the situation. Camilla was in possession of the formal announcement as well as the media coverage that was associated with it at a private briefing that took place at Clarence House. One of the assistants characterized the conversation that started out as a typical conversation as one of the most heated exchanges in recent memory. This rapidly developed into a furious argument. After reading headlines such as, "Princess Charlotte steps into the spotlight as Duchess of Edinburgh," Camilla allegedly slammed the folder shut and then broke into a rant. This information is based on the accounts of anonymous sources. According to a senior courtier, she was furious, absolutely ballistic over the situation. It wasn't just about the title. It was about years of feeling like everyone else was on the outside looking in. Suddenly she yelled out, "They have frozen out my family. Do we really deserve this kind of gratitude after all that we have given up?" According to reports, the outburst included charges that were addressed at key advisors as well as King Charles himself directly. Camilla, whose path to the throne has been plagued with public scrutiny and personal struggles, thought that the choice demonstrated a glaring distinction between royal and non-royal lineages. She went on to become the Queen of England. Despite the fact that Camilla has been elevated to the position of Queen Consort, her grandchildren, including Eliza Lopes, do not have any legal titles. Lopes, who is the daughter of Laura Lopes, Camilla's daughter, has made sporadic appearances at royal occasions, such as the wedding in 2011, when she was asked to serve as a flower girl. Camilla's dreams for broader inclusion were inspired by those ephemeral moments, despite the fact that they were transient. Camilla has always seen her family as part of the bigger picture, said a source from the palace, providing more explanation. The sight of Charlotte, a youngster who is not much older than Eliza, being awarded such a prestigious distinction was heartbreaking for her. She is proud of them. She expressed to her pals that it was like being slapped in the face in front of the public, a reminder that her lineage isn't Windsor enough. There were aides and courtiers present when the incident took place, and it took place in a private parlor at Clarence House. As Camilla aired her anger that had built up over the course of many decades, witnesses reported her pacing the room and raising the volume of her voice. According to the recollection of an insider, she threw a newspaper clipping into the fireplace and asked, "Is this what I get for standing by Charles through it all? They've eliminated my family from history." The raw emotion reportedly stunned those in attendance, with one longtime lady-in-waiting quietly excusing herself from the room. Camilla's direct confrontation with King Charles brought to an increase in the intensity of the situation. It has been confirmed by sources that she made the accusation that he gave preference to the Wales family, which includes Prince William, Kate, and their children, rather than her own family. The fact that Charles, who was characterized as exhausted and caught off guard, held his silence only served to make the situation even more dire. "Charles, please make a statement." "There are rumors that," Camilla yelled. "You must have been complicit in this. You have pushed my family to the left like a pile of dust." Camilla was escorted to her private rooms by aides who quickly interfered and removed the tension that had been building up. It was not until the next morning that rumors about the event began to spread inside the court system, despite the fact that no official statement had been published. The Queen Consort's spokeswoman refused to comment, saying simply that Her Majesty is focused on her duties and family matters remain private. The official declined to comment more. This episode provides a unique look at the human toll that choices made by the royal family may have. Camilla, whose childhood name was Camilla Shand, has been a divisive figure for a very long time. During the Diana period, her relationship with Charles was the subject of criticism. She has never been able to completely escape the shadow of Princess Diana, and this most recent event seems to have resurrected old wounds. This is despite the fact that she has been through rehabilitation in the public eye. The game of strategic chess, the role of Kate Middleton in the contemporary monarchy. During the course of the play, Catherine, Princess of Wales, has become an important character in this story. Kate has apparently played a crucial part in campaigning for Charlotte's promotion, despite the fact that she has done it with the trademark subtlety that she is known for her ability to maintain her cool and approach things strategically. According to those who are privy to the information, she is the architect behind the move, and she exerts her influence over choices by subtle persuasion rather than obvious conflict. It is not necessary for Kate to raise her voice, since her deeds speak for themselves according to a royal aide. Kate is routinely ranked as the most admired member of the royal family, with her approval ratings climbing beyond 70% in recent surveys. She has built an unassailable public image, and that gives her immense influence. The polls say all the time, the public has been intrigued by her appearances with Charlotte, which have included both formal and informal excursions. These appearances have brought back memories of Diana's friendliness and accessibility. According to several sources, conversations over Charlotte's title started more than a year ago, with Prince William being the one who initiated the conversation. The need of a merit-based monarchy that recognizes and rewards public participation and promise for the future was underlined by him. Kate, on the other hand, was the one who came up with the fundamental approach, which consisted of using her notoriety to argue in favor of her daughter. The assistant continued by saying, she never demanded anything. She only provided evidence that Charlotte was deserving of it by demonstrating that she had exceptional behavior. Camilla, who has had a tremendous amount of difficulty gaining the same degree of popular devotion, has been successfully outmaneuvered by this strategy. It would seem that Camilla's influence in things pertaining to legacy and succession is limited, despite the fact that her position as queen consort is solid. Within the pages of his book, Battle of Brothers, royal scholar Robert Lacey makes the following observation. Kate has mastered the art of soft power. She has guaranteed that her children are recognized as the future of the monarchy by concentrating on her family and public duty, leaving little opportunity for other people to pursue their own interests. The difference between Kate and Camilla is very different. The quietness that Kate displayed in the aftermath of the revelation, which consisted of nothing more than a slight grin and nod while she was performing her responsibilities, conveyed a subdued triumph. The experience has brought to Camilla's attention the difficulties that she has in her job, which is that her personal goals often come into conflict with the aims of the organization. King Charles's predicament, striking a balance between family and duty. King Charles III, who must balance the contrasting demands of his position as king and his personal life, is at the center of this dispute. He must do so in order to maintain his equilibrium. After careful talks, Charles, who is 75 years old, gave his approval for the title grant. He was completely aware of the possible consequences. According to a top advisor, he is torn between his love for Camilla and his duty to the crown. Camilla is the heir apparent. The continuation of the monarchy is contingent upon the support of the general public, and Charlotte embodies that future. This move is a reflection of Charles's larger vision for a more streamlined organization, one that places the direct heirs at the forefront of its priorities. His marriage, on the other hand, has been put under pressure as a result of this, with Camilla and him reportedly becoming farther apart. According to a source, meals are silent and they have spent more time apart, the source stated. Despite the fact that he is deeply in love with her, he must prioritize the crown. This internal tension is reminiscent of Charles's challenges throughout his whole life, from his troubled relationship with Diana to his rise to prominence in the face of intense public scrutiny. The issue that Charles has as the monarchy continues to develop is to preserve unity while also meeting the needs of contemporary society. Grandchildren and the inequality of the royal family. The human cost. An illustration of the inequality that exists within the royal family is provided by the tale of Eliza Lopes and Princess Charlotte. Despite the fact that Charlotte's title solidifies her route, Lopes and her cousins continue to be on the fringe, which is a circumstance that has had a significant impact on Camilla. Camilla is said to have told her pals, It's not about jealousy, it's about recognition. The rigorous structure of the monarchy is brought into focus by this, according to specialists, like as Dr. Kate Williams, who states bloodlines dictate everything. Although Camilla is a member of the elite, her family does not conform to the norm. The conclusion, a monarchy that is undergoing change. This is more than just a title. It is a declaration of purpose that Princess Charlotte has been elevated to the position of Duchess of Edinburgh. It is possible that characters like as Camilla may find themselves marginalized as the Windsor family adjusts to a new environment. For the time being, the palace has made its decision. The House of Wales will be in charge of the future. However, as Camilla's inner rage demonstrates, not all wounds are readily healed in the halls of power, which are adorned with gold. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts and goodbye for now.